Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Precisely why I'll find evidence. You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you...
There are things I can't...
Tell us.
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' painting.
Who are you talking about? Why?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitives. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
I saw people in hoods.
Who are you talking?
I'd want to...
My could...
Am I?
So you...
No.
What else?
I met a Francis Sanders.
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to...
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What?
I'm not sure I can explain.
Tell me how Mr.
I didn't see what, but...
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? This makes no sense.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Miss...
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife.
An art collector, you say? That's probably...
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's...
I don't agree. She does...
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the
You're right. Without a plausible...
That seems wise.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm...
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death.
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story...
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he... Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that I need to understand. How could this happen? Did you not do anything to help?
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death...
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it... This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you are so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long. The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. A house of artists. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it. Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph. Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it? Did she really care for him after all?
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
I could use one of those. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. An old diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not.
I've got a lot of bad.
Some can be more. What have you come looking for?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders before making an offer to.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're.
I found this drawing of a dagger.
Perhaps. I saw several daggers in the ledger. What I didn't find, however, was the slightest...
I don't need your services. I can manage all... These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. Why was he so interested in old weapons? The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery. What the hell was that? can't even touch it. No way out. No choice. I must get rid of it. That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a way. Maybe if I destroy it. Damn. I could try tearing the painting with this thing. What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. What the hell was that? Damn, maybe I can use this dagger. This dagger looks different.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're...
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew.
What are you talking? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. And by the way, where do you think you're going with...
It saved my life.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique from what I saw in the ledgers. It was him who sold it to Sam.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. Now go see your antique seller.
Where is the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century. An old diary. strange amulet. I have a feeling I better not touch it. What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work. To whom does this footprint belong? This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in the safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet? Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe. Arkham editions? Never heard of it. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions? How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions? How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Things are not looking good. Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them. What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge. The Queen has little protection. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about so these are the volumes. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
The Chalice of Knowledge. The Queen has little protection. The Chalice of Knowledge.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge. The Chalice of Knowledge. What did Drake say about this collection? The Chalice of Knowledge.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Queen has little protection. The Queen has little protection.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something...
He hasn't eaten in days.
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these...
It's not like he...
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not... In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of...
Look at these
I'm sure you...
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion, and you won't...
He seemed to feel better.
Yes, but that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what...
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people...
There.
I've seen suction cups on his fingers. His falling body temperature. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded.
Do I?
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of... an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I need to find the missing medical...
And where would you find those?
I'd rather not think about that.
Of course, Doctor. You can count...
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trapped.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden?
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's, but rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary.
I will tell him, I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right...
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Doc... Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they...
Understood.
As a matter of fact, yes. A man...
Oh.
You should go see...
This man, Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmare.
Really?
We don't have any...
Oh.
Take care, Ethan.
You too,
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here? He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling... What's wrong?
What are you talking about? Yes, it's
It's the old whaling station.
What did you see?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission? She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
Almost
no patience.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her
Dr.
with work.
Colden. Do you want something? Doctor, those people need you.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his eye.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking...
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her...
I'll never understand...
Rules are rules. Anyhow, they're still waiting.
Understood.
As a matter of fact, yes.
I saw him, yes. It's always... They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds. Each time, I feel like I'm sending...
Their affliction is not our responsibility.
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
Please, the few... Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Dr. Colden?
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food. Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't...
I've tended to her, and her blood analysis is reassuring.
Are you talking about the same person?
She's still recovering. But you may speak to her.
Oh, thank you. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so...
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah,
I will...
Oh.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Dr. Colden?
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan...
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes... We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doc.
Once again.
Can't you do...
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Full.
Thank you for your...
Thank you. I'll be going.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
Dr. Colden?
I'll just sleep.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island. An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't...
Elizabeth? You all right?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning, and the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Is everything all right?
Yeah,
I will work.
Oh.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go.
Dr. Colden?
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement. I should go another way. I should go another way.
Ah, now that's the Marie. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead.
No. He was here for a very...
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the...
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for
Sarah Hawkins. Let's go back to the start. Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to...
Dr. Colden. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult. You might need my help.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at... Now go!
Thank you, Drake.